Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. This is kind of an odd tip. So, I spent 3 days in silence, focusing on my breathing. For me, it's a big deal. And quick, for those of you who are coming to this first time, 2023, got really sick, had to give up my teaching license, quit my job. And I have multiple disabilities, and it was like every disability decided to rear its ugly head. I had not just sleep apnea, but waking apnea. I was choking on everything, choking on water, choking on food. I couldn't have like ground beef. Like I could have a burger, but I couldn't have like taco meat because I would choke on it. Rice was getting difficult, which is part of the reason I think why I grew to love potatoes and beans so much, is it kind of gave me that like texture, or not texture, it gave me the like, I don't know, I just, potatoes and beans, honestly, pretty good. Now I want potatoes, black beans. Anyways, I digress. But I was struggling. I would, and it's really scary. And I don't know what's scarier. I don't know what's scarier, whether it was scarier with like asthma when I like could not get breath in, or whether it was scarier when I would all of a sudden realize that I hadn't taken a breath and I'd have to force myself to breathe, because breathing is supposed to be a God, what is that word? A non-voluntary response, whatever. Like you're supposed to do it automatically. You're not supposed to have to think about like breathing, your heart beating and stuff like that. And so when you realize, oh shit, I'm not breathing, it's scary. And so anyways, long story short, I discovered, I was breathing wrong. When I got long COVID, I'd started mouth breathing. Created complications, blah, 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 blah. So, May of 2024, spent 3 days, did not talk. I said maybe, that 3 days, I said maybe 20 to 50 words. The entire 3 days was only when it was absolutely necessary, and I really just focused on my breathing. So, I started choking again on everything and struggling to swallow, and I noticed I was snoring. Sorry, I was waking up. I could feel like the dryness in my throat. So I decided this weekend that I was going to just stop and breathe again. So I took a few days off work because my car was acting up anyways. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I didn't. It was focused on breathing. So, sorry. Saturday, I did not say a word. You know what? I think I said said one exclamation. I was like watching something and, jump scared kind of thing or something. And then Sunday I said maybe a few words. And then Monday I started talking again, but still maybe a few paragraphs worth of words, not a ton. And what it did, until the stupid bully decided to terrify me, I was really calm. I was really centered. I was really focused. I was able to get back on track. And it was easier dieting. It was easier doing everything. And Saturday and Sunday, literally spent most of the day outside. And I was, so I have these stupid little pebbles. Let me see, is there a pebble on the floor somewhere? These pebbles get everywhere. I swear to God, we Sweep and vacuum regularly. Is that one? No. It's just a shadow. Um, anyways, they're these itty bitty. They're like so small. And I swear it's horrible. Like you step on them in the middle of the night, it's worse than a Lego. No lie. Because they're like, you know, like those little itty bitty pebbles? They're like that, but they're sharp. Anyways, I was getting this bed set and then, sorry, my nose itches. Because I wanted to plant a bunch of stuff and a bunch of rocks fell in. So literally went through with a colander and sifted through a roughly 2 foot by 12 foot area. Just so much fine dirt right now. But the good thing is I won't have to do that on the other side because that lines up to grass. But I'm now putting in boards to kind of like stop the rocks from going. I like pulled back the that black stuff, the what is it? Yard fabric or lawn fabric or whatever. Landscaping fabric, I think maybe. And get it all set. But I spent 2 days sifting, and though it was absolutely monotonous, let me tell you, oh my gosh, so much dirt in my nose. I probably should have worn a mask. But I focused on my breathing and listening to the cicadas and just trying to relax and trying to breathe. Now, what does breathing have to do with frugality? Honestly, I feel like breathing and if you just stop and take a day, focus on your breath and be completely silent, so much can come to you. Honestly, if Monday night had not happened, I was like so ready to go. And I feel like literally everything fell out of my head after that happened. Hopefully, I'll be ready to go again soon. I'll probably have to spend another day in quiet contemplation and try and figure this shit out. Thanks. That's sure is wonderful of you. Nothing like a random welfare check where you're worried that the cop's going to shoot you because he's an absolute ass and decides to shine bright light. Yes, and yes, I am absolutely fixated on this because what he did wasn't a welfare check. What he did was an attempt to disorient and intimidate me in a got you situation, and that's just not okay. And an attempt to hurt somebody isn't okay, especially when they're not doing anything wrong or anything illegal or anything dangerous. There was no reason for to have two cops pull up on me like that. And plus, like, since when do two cops and disorientation and all of that, like, I seriously, but apparently where I live, it's not okay to be disabled. Though honestly, I've been having issues with the mayor because I'm disabled. Never should have voted for him. Anyways, I am distracted. Yeah, so when you take the time to breathe and not speak and just sit quietly and like kind of isolate and think, it helps you center, it helps you focus, and it helps you realize your values. It helps you recenter. So anytime you are like disoriented, and it really, I mean, like, yes, it helps with frugality because like then you can, refocus and not spend. It helps with like every part of your life. And what's funny is that until the incident, most of my tics were much more mild and mellow. Like, I was doing so well. I was doing so well until that damn fucking cop. God. So yeah. Anyways, take time, breathe, don't talk. isolate. Not like forever isolate, but take some time to really like focus on your values and your beliefs. You can journal, but don't speak. Do not flood the air with sound. Just focus on your breathing and your thoughts. And honestly, you can find a lot of solutions to a lot of problems too. You just focus on breathing, even if you're stressed. Even if you are struggling financially, you might find like a solution by stopping and breathing. And that's not always easy. This is coming from a girl who has semi-regular meltdowns. And I am not talking little meltdowns. I am talking full blown. I am an eloper. Which means I have to run from the situation. I don't feel safe until I am showered and clean and in my bed. But I am talking like full down, and so I understand it's not always easy, especially when you're like heightened. But once you can get to that point where you are safe and you can just stop and breathe and quit talking and just start to listen to the world around you and let the thoughts slowly kind of roll around your head. And I found the sifting dirt, as stupid as it sounds, I found it very relaxing because I wasn't like, it was something to physically do where I could see progress without having to like, I mean, I think I ruined 2 pairs of shorts and a shirt, but one pair of shorts was already on its way out. So yeah, stop, think, and quit filling the world with sound, and instead just take a minute to breathe and relax, and that can help you to refocus and do better on your financial goals, your health goals. It can really help with anything. Like, this is kind of like that universal tip that it doesn't matter what the problem is. It doesn't matter if you struggle with spending, if you struggle with eating, if you struggle with, any number of things. But like, by taking a day or two and stopping, not talking, just breathing and focusing on that calm can really help. And you won't always be able to do that. But when you can, it can really help. It drove my kid crazy on day one. Why are you not talking? And then pointed to my nose. And he absolutely knew. At first he's like, why are you pointing to your nose? And then he realized, oh, because she tried to breathe again. Anyways. Again, my name is Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.